Hello, this is Lori Michelle, the Moshiach with commentary. Living daily life in peril, avoiding all the screws. You probably have no idea what this is about, but you will in a second because I'm going to share my screen and share the image that was in the thumbnail of this commentary. Living daily life in peril of all of these screws. And what are all of these screws? All of you. And if you're insulted, gotcha, you're a screw. And I'm going to explain this image, which was given to me 2 months ago. Not this image, but something that looked just like this by the King of the universe. And this is his characterization of all of humanity. All of you are screws. And I'm going to explain what I mean in a second. And if you're smart and you want world peace, you'll continue to listen. Not only world peace, but good mental health, a topic that I just spoke about a couple of days ago, and I've promised that I'm going to go even deeper into mental illness and mental health in future lessons. But today, this morning, Hashem said, I want you to find an image of screws like the one I showed you and speak about this in a commentary. And I understood why. This is at the center of all our problems. What is the screw in you and in everyone around you? It's the Yetzer Hara. It's the ego, the evil inclination that baits you to do something negative to someone else. And when you walk through your daily life in peril, what I mean is, it doesn't feel like that in every second, but in any second, somebody could bite your head off, cut you off in traffic. The bus driver could be nasty to you. The person at the checkout could yell at you because you had one too many items in the express lane. Do you see what I'm saying? Or you could have been the screw that had 13 items and it clearly said that you should have 10 items to go into the express lane. The screw. Oh, that's nothing. People are in a rush and that's not a screw. That's just courtesy. No, it isn't. You need to learn what the screw looks like, what the screw looks like in your neighbor, in your wife, in your husband, in your kids. The screw is in every person, that potential nastiness, selfishness, offhanded, sarcastic comment that feels like a little punch, but you've gotten so used to it that you just smile and say, well, that's just my honey's sense of humor, ha, 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 ha. But deep inside, it feels like someone took a bite out of you or screwed a screw into you. We're walking in peril, and Hashem said it's everywhere at an all-time high. As a matter of fact, I can't even watch any news feed anymore. Since the election, the presidential election in the United States, the contentiousness, the evil speech, the condemnation, the vilifying, the name calling is everywhere and in everyone. And you might say, I never do that. Well, that means that you're acting like Patty Perfect. And Patty Perfect, guess what Patty Perfect is? Another screw. You're just so perfect. Don't you find people like that really irritating? You might find me irritating, but I'm not trying to be irritating. In fact, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying so hard to give you information. If you find me irritating, guess what that is? The screw. The screw recognizing that I am purely in this for you, trying to help you, and you're agitated. Who do you think you are? You think you know everything, Lori Michelle. Does that sound like you? Admit it if it does, because that's Yetzirah. If it wasn't Yetzirah, the Yetzirah Tov, the goodness in you would say, holy moly, it's Moshiach. I'm going to go buy her book. True. I'm telling the truth. A bunch of you know. Your life is in peril, and if you feel anxious and depressed all the time, chances are you're probably a little bit less of a screw than all the screws around you, but it's still in you too. And you might turn into the unlikely screwdriver. Truly, you might be pushing the button in the person around you. Oh, he said the screwdriver could be like me, Yetzirah Tov. A good inclination in you could be bringing out the Yetzirah, the evil, the screw in someone else. But you also have evil behaviors like whining and complaining, and I'm just so tired and I don't know what to do about it. And you know, people can't really do anything with that. Do you know that that's abusive? When you whine and complain to people, people have no way of helping you unless you go to somebody like your friend or your spouse and say, sweetheart, I'm not feeling like myself. Can I talk to you about some things that are bothering me, and let's troubleshoot this together? Well, that's not whining and complaining. But if you go on and on, I just don't feel good. I me. No one wants to hear that. We all have a heavy load to carry ourselves. So don't be a whiner and complainer. Be a troubleshooter and be on the lookout for those screws, because they're everywhere. And you need to learn how to dodge them and not step on them. And if they come after you, looking to screw you, don't be a screwdriver, just walk away. Most of the time, Hashem just said most of the time, don't be a doormat. If someone aggressively goes after you, stand your ground. But I'm avoiding all these screws now. I spend a lot of time by myself because I don't want to engage. Yeah, I go out and I'm nice to people and they're nice to me, but I don't get too close because you all have that inclination. So I space out my time with people, and I measure my time. Start to measure your time, how much time you're spending with people who aggravate you. And also be aware that you might be aggravating them. And look for that inclination in you that aggravates other people. This may sound very confusing right now if you've never heard of the Yetzirah, the Yetzirah Tov, the good inclination, the evil inclination. But life is a balancing act. And if you are not aware of what I'm telling you, you need to get aware in a hurry. So go online and read this book from cover to cover and start watching my videos, because I'm giving you insightful information about things that you may not be aware of. People are prodding you and hurting you, and it hurts your soul, and your soul reacts. And sometimes your soul reacts to all of this punishment, the screw in other people, by becoming irritable and depressed, and you become a screw yourself. Do you understand? What goes around comes around, until you get aware enough and smart enough to say, I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want to be happy. I don't want to be around a bunch of screws. So I hope this was good information, something to think about. Everybody does it. It just depends on the moment. You could set your watch literally, and it will come out. And it comes out in different ways for different people in different moments. So you have to learn how to discern and pick it out. Calm down when you see a screw. Don't personalize it. Don't start name calling the screw. Just say, oh, there's a screw. Have a good day. He says, I did it. I hope you got something out of this that you didn't know before. But the real work is to start to read my book. I explain it in here, and it's at the source of all the problems in all the world. Evil, the evil inclination in everyone. So start to remove it from yourself and notice it in the people around you. God bless you.